This is Eagle Owl, and today we're gonna talk about Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Are they the best duo in football, or can be the best duo in football? We're gonna talk about it. Also, Kelee Ringo. Kelee Ringo is ready to take his game to the next step. And lastly, we got to talk about the ops a little bit. But the Commanders are in shambles right now, and I will explain why. But let's get straight into it. All right, man, before we get into the meat and potatoes, we got to talk about some players that have been flying off of the radar or under the radar, I should say. And let's go over this list by Andrew DeSecco. All right, so here's some guys. And I keep forgetting to mention this guy, and I will mention him, is Danny Gray. Danny Gray from San Francisco. I know he got cut there, but he's been making some noise in Philadelphia, been getting first team reps, been looking really good. So this is a guy that can sneak and make the roster. We will see because it's so hard as a wide receiver, especially if you're not a kick returner or a punt returner, but just a straight wide receiver is really hard because we know it's going to be Dotson, AJ Brown, and Devontae Smith. Those are your three. They're going to make the team. Maybe Johnny Wilson because he's like tight end adjacent and he's a really good blocker. And then it's just really one more guy. And usually we go with a guy we drafted, maybe a Nia Smith sneak on or something like that. I don't know, but Danny Gray can make a push for somebody's spot. EJ Jenkins, we know he was the guy that made the team last year. He's been looking good, still looking good. Darian Kennard, he been getting a lot of first team reps, especially with Lane Johnson and his injury. But when Lane Johnson came back, obviously it was Lane Johnson's spot. But Darian Kennard was right behind him. They got Tristan McCullum, who Vic Fangio brought up. Like Tristan McCullum, he's in the competition for that starting spot. So we're gonna watch Tristan McCullum and Andre Sam, another guy who's been getting a lot of buzz. I've been seeing his name a lot. Hell, I got a video talking about Andre Sam. So these are some of the guys that's going under the radar. Right. Another thing, you see the link, we got a banner. We got a banner of AJ Brown. So AJ Brown will be like on the banner of the link. So you'll see a big picture of AJ Brown. So that's pretty dope. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I can't wait to go to the link. Of course, I go to a game every year. I try to go to one or two. Maybe I go to a playoff game, something mid season. I try to go to, those big games. Like I try to go to a Dallas game or a Giants game, maybe even a Commanders game. I try to go to one of those, not like us versus, let's say if we play Cleveland. I don't really go to those ones, but if it's a game I really want to go to, I make my way there, man. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. I've been going to the joint practices every year. I've been going to the public practice every year. So maybe I'll go again because every year I went to two so far. We went to the Super Bowl. So I'll be trying to keep that trend. Maybe I'm the lucky charm, man. I went to the one in 2022. And I went to the one last year and we went to the Super Bowl. Both we won one, we lost one. So I continue that. And I went to a playoff game 2022 and I went to a playoff game just last year. So I don't know. I probably keep that trend going. All right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. So let's talk about Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. And what made me spark this conversation is because PFF put out, the best duos or the best duo cornerbacks in the NFL. And Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell made that list. Now, the PFF numbers look really good. Quinyon Mitchell is a guy that's expected to break out this season. Cooper DeJean is a guy we expect to take on more responsibility. Maybe he'd be on the outside. Maybe he's a safety. We know he's going to stay in the slot from time to time. So Cooper DeJean is more of the wild card because the duos they had up there to match him with both are outside corners. Whereas though Quinyon and Cooper DeJean, that's a slot corner and an outside corner. So I want to see what Cooper DeJean can do. Again, the PFF numbers are great. I think he was ranked first in like coverage. So we know what Cooper DeJean can do. Quinyon was up there like right behind him. I think even PFF came out with like a top 20 list. Quinyon was like at 16. I think Cooper was like at 10 or 11. So they making their way up. And those are really good rankings for guys going into year two. We're talking about guys that are rookies going into year two and now is in a conversation of being the best duo. That's really good to hear. And I was watching a podcast together yesterday and they got to get the celebration right. And let me play this clip.
Your first 2 interceptions. Waited all year. He could have had at least 5 this year, though. I feel like. What was it feeling, though, like after your first interception?
Man, I ain't sleep the whole night.
What you doing? Partying
Your phone was probably blowing up.
Nah, I wasn't partying. I was at the crib. Like, I was just up all night. Like, I couldn't even go to sleep. I was so excited.
And then our freaking celebration that I hand up accountability. That one was on me.
Y'all were so off key, dude.
We didn't.
That was cool.
That could have been so sick. When did y'all talk about that?
It had to be like Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
Later.
Y'all didn't tell anybody.
Nah, we won't be telling nobody.
Yeah, we just. I know we didn't practice it one time. No, we just
That
raw
would have
dogged
been
it.
sick, though.
I tried to set it up. He kicked me in the stomach,
Dude.
so I tried to bend over like I was.
Hey, bro.
And then
he jumped up.
Then I
I don't know what he tried to do, bro.
He jumped in the air, and I was already on the ground.
Hey, dude. I was in tears when I saw that.
That's one thing I like about them too. They genuinely like each other since they both were drafted. Like it looked like Quinyon hit up Cooper. We number 1, number 2. They've been taking pictures together. No jealousy of who outside, who's slot, who's getting more playing time, who's better, who's worse. Both of them genuinely get along. It's not a real competition against the guys or the fan base trying to break them up. We actually embracing that they really like each other. So I like it. And yeah, I think they take the next step. It's no Slay there. Is really like the old heads are going. It's no BG or anything like that. So we do expect year 2 guys, unfair or fair, to step up in that leadership role. But speaking of a guy that I think that's ready to step up is Kelee Ringo. Now, Kelee Ringo is very talented, fast, tall. He got the physique of that can be, a good cornerback in this league. A lot of you guys say he need more fluid hips. They think he should go to safety, this, that, and the third. But what I like about Kelee Ringo is he's like, at this point, I just want to learn the game more at all positions, meaning he want to know how the safety think, how the other corners think, how the linebacker, how the D-line think, hell, how the offense think. But let me play this clip.
Man, just seeing schemes, things like that, man, just diving into the playbook, learning other positions that aren't even mine, so that I know what my help is, things like that, man, just little things like that could definitely help you play faster and just be able to play more calm out there, when you're really relaxed, you understand your job, your position, you understand what the guy next to you is doing as well, you can be able to play faster for sure.
I like what he's saying. Now it's the point. I'm in the NFL. I got all these gifts. Now let me just get the knowledge of the game down pat. And that's what you expect for Kelee Ringo, going into year 3 or year 4, year 3. 22 years old, just learning the game. Just learn the game, do what you have to do. And Kelee Ringo, believe it or not, is a guy I'm rooting for. I know some of you guys don't think that, but I'm rooting for him. I really want him to take that next step. My thing is, if he's not ready, this is a Super Bowl window, you got to go get somebody. But if he is, I'm rocking and rolling with him. But let's get into the last topic. Let's talk about the ops just a little bit. So the commander, Terry McLaurin, he was at voluntary OTAs doing his job. And then you like, you know what? Forget this. I want a long-term deal. And you guys not making that happen. It's minimum talking. So I'm out. I'm not going to OTAs. And they mandatory minicamp coming up soon. So he might not even go there. Terry McLaurin leaves the Washington Commanders. It's going to be a whole reset. Debo going to be their number 1. Debo came there to be their number 2 so he could thrive in that role. But Debo number 1, like Noah Brown, whoever they got as their number 2, it's not going to look good. And I look at that situation of them going through that. We got to be grateful for like Smitty, and we got to be grateful for A.J. Brown. And how we rolls, man, because things can get sour in these contract conversations. Like, we got to be thankful, like, our guys do the right thing with these contracts. Even Jalen Hurts, he could be disgruntled. Like, yo, I've been to 2 Super Bowls. I never missed a playoff game. Like, he could be fighting for a contract because, Jalen Hurts not even a top 10 paid quarterback. But you know what? He's being patient because he trusts his, general manager and the owner. That time will come. Like, even AJ Brown, he ain't had to sign his contract when he did. We was 2 years early on that. 2 years early on that. Smitty didn't have to take the contract at all. But he like, you know what? $25 million a year. That's generational. I can work with that and I can make that happen. Even if you look at a guy like Dallas Goedert, like, you know what? This is a winning organization. They paid me before. Sorry if I take a little, $4 million pay cut. I'm gonna get my 1 year, $10 million. And if I want to get paid, cool. But we didn't make it a whole thing. We didn't do that. Wasn't Dallas Goedert leaving the middle of practice or anything like that? He stayed out of voluntary OTAs till he got his bread. When he got his bread and it was a pay cut, he was cool with that. We didn't give him a long-term deal. He just know this team give me the best chance of winning the Super Bowl. And again, it's not like we never paid Dallas Goedert. Or I should say the Eagle organization never paid Dallas Goedert. They paid him and his contract was up. And he got paid again. So, but that's all I got for you guys today. Hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel? The best duo in the NFL? Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell. Ringo ready to take that next step. And the Commanders are in shambles. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.